And we are back with Sly 3, Honor Among Thieves.
Wonder if Benson gets cable on that little TV. Nah.
Benson?
I mean, Benson. Wait. Bentley, my bad. It was close.
Yep, so we're back in Venice. Gotta fix the tar problem so that Murray will rejoin the team.
It's funny, this is a reference to real life because they throw garbage into the canals. No. I think they
Apparently there are some real problems in Venice of, like, the city sinking.
Yeah, it's been... Yeah, between that and rising water levels, it's kind of two slices of the same coin. So I hope they can save it because it doesn't get to sink until I've experienced it. Then I won't care. I'm selfish like that.
Typical American.
Nah. It's one of the few 100% projects I did in elementary school. My report on Italy. I would have gotten like an A++ for that one.
I've intercepted a radio message from one of Octavio's men. The Dawn is moving towards your position.
Great. You want me to take him?
No, we need evidence that he's behind this city's tar epidemic. With some incriminating photos, we might be able to help the cops prosecute him and put an end to this nonsense.
Never thought we'd be helping out the cops.
Really? You always seem eager to aid Inspector Fox.
Yeah, well, she's different. Your average law enforcer isn't that... I don't
Foxy.
know, attractive? Hold up, here he comes.
You could have said Foxy, but no. Maybe that would have been like a slur. Oh my gosh.
Get a picture before he finishes. This is perfect.
So, obviously, all mob bosses do all their own dirty work.
Yeah.
Excellent. A few more of these and the cops will bury this guy.
So yeah, this is one of 2 missions in the game that uses...
Wow. And it's already this
photography.
early, huh?
Yeah, they gave you the tutorial in time for this mission, and then there's one later, and that's it.
I can never go down. I can only sing that going up for some reason. It's like saying the alphabet backwards. I'll just put my hands out to be handcuffed if a cop ever wants me to do that, because I have no chance.
So this mission is kind of finicky. I think this was like my 4th or 5th attempt on this particular recording session, trying to get it right, because it's a little weird.
He's at it again. Get a picture.
Sometimes the guards are just not in a good position.
That poor bird bath. I guess more of a bird death trap now. He's on the move again.
Are there normal birds?
Great work.
One would assume there's probably been some in some cutscene or something.
Pen. Ristorante. You ever... Oh, no. You ever been to, Oh, nuts. I forgot the name of it. The Spaghetti Factory?
I don't think so.
You've never been to the Spaghetti Factory? Oh.
Okay, I think I may have actually been there once in high school. But,
yeah.
I mean, it's my family typically just doesn't go south for stuff like to Salt Lake.
Fair enough. Yeah, it's definitely a good date spot, I will say. Very good, good spumoni, good Italian. Overly priced specialty glasses that I need to stop hoarding from DI.
So yeah, as you could see, the guard arrangement right here was just not in my favor.
I do notice it seems like these guys pack a harder punch because you're almost half dead.
It was pretty common for a full-on shot to do quarter damage in Sly 2.
Flying a delightful water wheel with deadly sticky tar. Monstrous.
This part is weird. This right here was the only attempt out of all of my recordings where he didn't see me.
Huh.
Just because, like, what are you to do?
Yeah, that does feel very RNG.
Well, it's just, you're going to take the photo as soon as you can, in which case there's literally no way to avoid him seeing you.
Right.
So you have to wait. And like if you alert the guard, sometimes it's okay and he won't catch on. Otherwise, other times he will, and he doesn't even have to like have eyes on you in order to fail the mission. He just can't have any hint that you're around.
Sight cones are... I really don't like vision cones that are ambiguous. You can hide under the tables at least.
But fortunately, this is one of the most finicky missions, and we're getting it dealt with now.
Are those rings around the Sly logo the sound you're making?
Yeah, the pulsing yellow waves, that's the same as in Sly 2. It means that you're sneaking, and if you make noise, you'll alert someone near you. And then if it's pulsing red, then you're spotted.
Right.
He's doing something, but what?
An aquarium.
I can't believe it! He flooded that aquarium with tar! All those poor dead fish! As much as I hate to see what heinous crime this fiend will do next, you should probably keep on his tail. Someday the people will know the truth due to your pictures.
So much
So
wasted
apparently
grape juice. Sorry, what?
Yeah. Apparently, the killing all these fish is crossing the line for Bentley. So my amusement park loving heart just has to ignore this part where everything is wrong with this Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, there's no fences, there's no ride operator, there's no checking restraints or anything.
Not to mention it looks comically small.
Yeah, this is a kid's Ferris wheel.
Hey, a cell phone.
Mid 2000s, it's a flip phone.
She's a pumping the tar fast.
So it is tar.
But nobody suspects a thing. But still, is it gonna be enough to get things ready for my opera recital? Well, when the people come to see me sing, I wanna make a show. They keep a coming. Even if they don't feel like it. One way or the other, there'll be opera fans again. Hey, 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 hey. Okay, see you soon.
That fiend! He's twisted a time-honored amusement park ride into a tool for wrongdoing. Break open the control panel with your cane. I'm on my way to do a little rewiring.
So out of all of the padlocks in this series, Sly can just smash that one with his cane. No key or anything.
Of electrical engineering. Kill a bunch of poor innocent fish, will he?
You weren't kidding.
That'll do it.
You killed those fish, now we're gonna kill your men.
Oh my gosh, he's dead. No, that's not just dead. That guy's just straight up crushed. Oh man. That was brutal. Time to go into the sewers or something. I'm just guessing by the name, Into the Depths, but probably
Yeah,
not.
something like that. It's not a video game unless there's a sewer level.
Whoa.
As a kid, I don't remember using the traps all that much just because the opportunity didn't come up too often. But I think my playstyle has changed, and I'm finding those opportunities more often.
This opera house is Octavio's base of operations.
Nice place. Sure to be a few coins laying around in there. What's the plan?
If you could get me inside to one of Octavio's computers, I should be able to hack his firewall and get the dirt on his operation.
Okay, have you got a point of entry? I'm guessing the front door's not the safest option.
That wooden hatch appears to be an ideal way to slip in undetected. Head down there and we'll meet up in a few minutes.
I like the bird strut. That's a good animation.
So, controversially, this game did away with one Sly staple, which is clue bottles.
Oh, right. I haven't seen a single one.
Yep, not in this game.
They're a little
and
tedious.
there's no world loot either.
Octavio is known to rely on 3D technology to secure his property. In order to see the security measures, we'll need to utilize these depth optimizer goggles.
Functional and fashionable. Nice touch, Bentley.
So, one of the features of Sly 3 was that select missions could be shown in stereoscopic 3D.
Really?
And included in the box was a pair of 3D glasses using the red and blue cellophane.
That's strange.
It was bizarre, and fortunately, you never have to do it. Right there, you can select whether to do it or not. I never turn it on because, you know...
Press the 3D security buttons at exactly the same time. Okay? On my 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice.
By the way, this predates that one part in Metroid Prime 3 where you had to do the switches at the same time.
I forgot about that.
So, yeah. Now, interestingly, so one of the flaws of Sly 2, or at least one of the things that this game addressed, was that you couldn't replay missions. If there was a mission you liked, you had to either have a save file or replay the game. This game on the main menu allows you to replay any mission you like. And interestingly, a bunch of those missions, if you go into the levels, will allow you to play them in 3D, even if they didn't give you the option in the main campaign.
Well, I would love to try them. I cannot.
But none that can float me through this canal.
Don't worry about it, pal. I'm sure I'll find a way across. And there seem to be plenty of boats hanging around to make a nice bridge for you.
Okay, I'll wait for your signal.
And that's not because
Now-
I don't have 3D glasses. I just have one eye, so boo on me. Oh, well.
Yeah. So, now, to replace the clue bottles and the world loot, they instead have challenges where on that same... Oh, we'll let Octavio talk for a minute.
I'm pleased to report that the tar suction levels are at an all-time high. However, it saddens me to report that some of you haven't been keeping in time with the orchestra, if you know what I mean. I'd like to see Marco, Raphael, and Julius in the main vacuum room immediately.
Oh, boy.
We're gonna discuss your retirement package. And if any of you catch these boys make a run for it, well, shoot them in the back.
Alright, so there's Octavio on a normal business day.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in addition to replaying the missions, there are also challenges, which is generally a piece of a mission, but with an extra challenge to it, like, you know, half health or something. And so if you complete the game, you actually only get 50%. The remaining 50% of completion is doing those challenges.
I see. What does it get you? Like concept art or?
I'm not sure. I've gone for some of the challenges before, but I don't think I've certainly never gotten all of them.
That's surprising. You've always been such a completionist.
To a point. If it's something like that where it's... I mean, there's a lot of challenges, and some of them are quite difficult.
Maybe I can return the favor with some well-placed explosives.
Do you still
yeah,
drown the instant or get hurt the instant you hit water in this game?
Yep.
Okay, stand back.
Thanks, pal.
So yeah, now in Sly 2, after I completed each chapter, I went back and got all of the bottles and world loot, and that allowed me to stay on top of upgrades with, you know, coin counts and everything. But because this game doesn't do that, basically after each chapter I just do some coin grinding. Because there's a lot of upgrades in this game, a lot more than normal, and they get expensive fast.
How much time do you think you spent on that?
Oh, I don't know, at least a half hour to 45 minutes each chapter.
Dang. That sounds tedious. Also, these vents look really weird.
But it's a carnival and I'm feeling charitable. So I think of something else.
So Octavio mentioned that one of those three guys he called in did try to make a run for it, and he didn't make it.
Oh.
This room's empty. Crawl a little farther. They've got to have a lock switch somewhere.
Okay. Here's the deal. You two stoolies are gonna be my new eyes and ears. I can't let no one get near my demolition switch or sabotage any part of the operation down here. If you hear any noise from inside of the family that someone's not content, then you tell me straight out. I can't be taking no chances this close to a short time. Got it.
Sly's planning something.
Yeah, Sly's supposed to take place during the year it comes out, pretty much, right? Or is it
Pretty
more
much,
vague? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I think
Murder
we're to understand that these events take place in the mid 2000s.
Okay. Man, this guy's hard to hit.
Yeah, in this game they added the ability for smaller guards to be able to jump over your strikes on occasion.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And also, if you do an aerial upward strike, they can dodge roll out of the way.
I like that.
So combat's a little bit more exciting, thanks to this as well. So you notice how Sly's cane glowed like that?
Yeah. Is that like a charge move or a parry signal or?
So in Sly 2, if you held down square, you could charge up a spin move, and I never used it because it wasn't that useful. In Sly 3, what they decided to do is, if you press triangle when you're not, sneaking behind a guard and about to knock them into the air, Sly will basically queue up a move. And if you press square, you'll do a spin attack. If you do X, you'll do a jump attack. And if you press circle, you'll do a push. At the beginning of the game, you only have the spin attack. You have to buy everything else. But you can also buy levels 1, 2, and 3 for each move. And so you have to press triangle multiple times to get to each level.
That's the important thing.
So we'll see more of that later, but it does add a bunch more options in combat.
Oh, fun.
Oh, it'll be a Snap extracting the details on Octavio's operation.
I've heard of keyboards, but this is ridiculous.
What? A delay switch? Sorry, Sly. Guess the dinosaur has teeth. I'll hack as fast as I can. Watch my back. There are sure to be guards on the way.
Intruders! Intruders!
Is he gonna say that every time the door opens?
Most of them. So they obviously put these fire things near here so that you had an easy way to score insta-kills in this mission.
That's helpful. Is this the same company that made the Uncharted series, or no?
No, I believe it was Naughty Dog that made Uncharted.
Oh, I confused the name Naughty Dog with Sucker Punch somehow, which isn't even remotely similar.
I mean, there are a lot of similarities between them.
That's true. One is a heist game or heist series. The other's like a treasure hunting series, kind of. So.
I mean, just like, a lot of people compare Insomniac and Naughty Dog, but honestly, Sucker Punch is the third part of that trio. In terms of, like, Western developers working on Sony franchises.
I forgot. What does Insomniac make again?
Spyro.
Oh,
I
right,
believe.
right.
Did they... They made Ratchet and Clank, and then they went on to make... what was their PS3 era? Anyways, they also make the new Spider-Man games.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm so excited to play the sequel, since they let you take all of the training wheels off of swinging. But that also can be bad if you don't know what you're doing, because you can turn on fall damage, and that's velocity based. So I saw a video of somebody swinging around the city, and they hit a thing where Spider-Man doesn't let go of the line, does a full loop around, and smashes into the top of a building and dies. Like, yeah, I would not turn on the fall damage if I were to play that game, if I'm going to turn off the training wheels anyway. Because that's the one thing the previous game lacked for me was the old Spider-Man 2 game had a lot less hand-holding for swinging. I wish they'd make a...
All right.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I wish they would have made a Static Shock game of a similar style. Man,
There's a lot of superheroes that would have made for great video games,
Yeah.
but they just...
didn't.
It costs a lot of money. They
Yeah.
only go for the Spider-Mans and the Batmans.
And honestly, Batman wasn't that viable till the Arkham games.
Hey, Sly, you better get over here.
All right, time for our first Bentley mission. Oh, wait, no, it's not. This is the what I consider to be the first of many, quote-unquote mini-game missions.
So we have to protect Carmelita, and she doesn't even, and she can't know we're here.
We're not really protecting Carmelita. That's just the story justification. It's not part of the gameplay of this.
The blue wire with the red wire and Shazam!
Just in time. There go the Vipers.
Do you get to control the boat? Oh, no, you drive.
This canal is packed with shipping.
Oh, nice. It's one of these.
Yep.
I'm getting Dinosaur Planet 64 vibes out of this. I mean Star Fox Adventures with that one early snow speeder mission. You ever played any of the Crash games?
Not really, no. Only, like, Crash Team Racing.
I always found the idea of hallway-based platforming for a 3D game kind of strange, but I can see why they do it. It's definitely. I mean,
certainly it played nice with the PS1, like without having an analog stick.
Yeah.
You couldn't assume that players would have one.
Now I did. Oh, that is weird to think about. It's funny. I didn't play that game really, but I did play the Disney version, Donald Duck Gone Quackers, which was pretty fun, but it was one of those weird games that came out on the 64 and the GameCube, and the differences didn't seem that big till I went back and was like, oh, no, this game is way higher quality. It's like the Wii PS2 version of Sonic Unleashed versus the 360 PS3 one. Which, I've been watching Snapcube play through that, and that's been kind of fun.
Maybe that was a thing for Disney, because there was something similar with the Monsters, Inc. game.
What, the cross-platform stuff?
Yeah. PS1 and PS2.
Beautiful, but a bit quiet for my taste.
Huh. We did it. Nice sideways drift in the boat.
I hope you realize that by saving Carmelita,
Yeah, the game takes quite a while giving you much gameplay for Bentley. Because, like, this was his first mission, and it was just this boat mini game.
And I've got a thing for her. Look, I'll stash this boat. It might be useful for later. You stay out of trouble.
Epic foreshadowing.
It was really cool how you drove the boat from the back of the boat, Sly. Like, it just looked like he didn't even get up to the controls. He just swooshed out of there.
I mean, he's controlling the engine from the back, but
right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. That makes sense. Outboard motor. What?
I mean, that's terrorism.
To the people of Venice during his opera recital on the first day of Carnival. To counter this threat, we'll first destroy the balloons and sign advertising the recital. If no one shows up, he'll have no reason to sink a building. Next, the blueprints to the main tar vacuum have been cleverly
This is a strange plan.
and hidden in local coffee houses owned by Octavio. Unfortunately, they're under constant guard. So
Basically, you'll be opera fans or I'll blow up your buildings.
Yeah.
Big Vincinetti goons have been called in
It's only terrorism when you're not the one in de facto power. Which I guess he kind of is. I don't know.
Into taking them out for us. And finally, we'll have to convince Murray into taking to the field. If he's learned the Aboriginal ball form, it'll be just
What?
the thing for destroying the local tar reservoir.
The Aboriginal ball form. That is...
They got pretty creative in this game.
That is a funny name for something. I mean, I know what an Aboriginal is. It's just... that looked really goofy of a picture to go with. I see they've been buying the pizza locally. I need to go to Mellow Mushroom, I think, and see if it's any good. So does the push attack actually attack, or does it just give you space?
It's an attack. It's Sly like zooms forward and pushes enemies away.
Okay, so that's like that's like Stinger, right?
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, it's
Turbo.
basically Sly's stinger.
What do we got? Smoke bomb. Oh, nice. So that's the push attack.
Yep.
What a terrible stinger. I don't know. It's a lot of charge up for not much distance.
It's actually fairly useful.
Okay.
The main thing is that it pushes enemies away, which you can push them into like water.
Okay. And you said there's like 1, 2, and 3 levels for these.
Each is
Yeah.
cleverly hidden behind a painting inside one of his legit coffee houses.
Not very subtle.
Also, they changed the smoke bomb. In Sly 2, he would have to stop and drop it and hit his cane on the ground to do it. Now he just like throws a little thing on the ground while running.
That's handy.
If we're going to get inside and at the blueprints, we can't raise any suspicion.
However, the smoke bomb isn't quite as overpowered as before. Like before, you use it and immediately everyone just completely forgets where you are. Now you have to be a little bit away.
Your disguise can be assigned as a power-up. When hailed by guards, make sure to memorize their passwords and say them back in a timely fashion. Take too long or mess it up, and he'll know you're a phony.
All right, new mechanic time.
Bad disguise. Here we go. Oh, that's a good disguise, surprisingly.
Yep, so we can use this to fool the guards.
Halt! What's Octavio's house password?
Sending password now.
Tenor soprano, tenor soprano.
Okay, I guess you're the relief shift. Thanks for coming early. I got a big plans for tonight. Carnivale, good times, eh?
I feel happy for that guy. He's not going to be there when things go down.
That worked. You've got the worst Italian accent I've ever heard. No offense.
Head inside and grab the blueprints. No telling how long till another patrol comes by.
So apparently the joke with Sly's bad accent is that his actor, they wanted to see him do an Italian accent in Sly's voice, and it was just the worst.
Great.
First coffee house I've ever seen with wall-to-wall laser security.
So yeah, that costume only works in this chapter. It won't work at all if you try and use it in a later one.
Octavio really is old school if he's using a painting safe. My father used to crack these all the time.
Painting
The
safe?
trick here is finding the safe's combination hidden somewhere in the artwork. Might take some searching, but it's sure to be there. Just keep at
I
it.
see a 9, a 7, and 9.
That's 479.
Oh.
So, by the way, this painting is of the logging camp from Sly 2.
Oh.
Pretty much all the paintings are of locations from the previous 2 games.
Blueprint get.
Strong work. We're still clear up front.
But yeah, at any point while playing as Sly, you can whip on the costume, and if a guard sees you, you just have to do that little 4-button thing, and then they'll ignore you.
I see. I'm guessing each chapter has a different disguise.
And not all of them have a disguise, but
I'll meet you at the next
most of them
coffee
do.
shop. Once you take the guard's post, I'll move in.
Second verse, same as the first.
Does that thing under his feet go up or down?
What thing?
That, like, orange thing that was near the base.
Oh, that is going to come in a later mission.
Okay.
Here it is.
Tenor soprano, tenor soprano.
Okay. Oh, am I glad you're here. Mama's making spaghetti tonight and I'm starving. I'm gonna eat like 3, no 4 plates of food.
Oh my gosh.
You really like a cook.
It's a lot of pasta.
Mamma mia, I want to be buried in her sauce. It's a heaven.
Any problems with that guy?
Said he wanted to be buried in his mom's pasta sauce.
Yeah. That's strange.
The other day I saw a Sly Cooper out of context compilation that was in there.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, I don't see any memes from this series.
It's because it's been a dead series for a long time. It's been 10 years since Sly 4 came out. And Sly 4 is in some ways like the Bayonetta 3 of this series.
That's the Bayou, right?
Yeah, this is like Ms. Ruby's thing from Sly 1.
968.
Yep.
That minigame was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me of unlocking the thermostats at work. We have this glass case with like a bunch of smart thermostats, and I can never remember the order of the numbers, but I can remember what the 4 numbers are, so I had to like get lucky every time. I should really write it down somewhere.
You know, we might honestly be entering the time period where a remake of Sly, the PS2 trilogy, could be in the work, could be in the cards.
That's true.
I mean, we in past years we got the PS1 platformer remakes.
Right.
You're right. We got one more coffee house to hit, then we're done.
Yes, now you're talking sense.
I feel like the jump between PS1, 2, and 3 was more gradual than GameCube was. I guess 64 GameCube Wii, would that be the equivalent?
I mean, there was barely any jump from GameCube to Wii.
Right, but there was a massive jump from 64 to GameCube.
Yeah.
Soprano?
Yep.
But there was also a sizable jump from PS1 to PS2.
Yeah, I guess this game isn't a good comparison because it's still stylized, so it holds up really well.
Hey, you! What's the midnight password?
Here's the password, Sly.
Alto, bass, alto, alto.
Okay.
Yeah, you know the code, but what's my nickname?
Uh-oh.
There's only one Tony B on the payroll, and I'm famous in the family.
I'm a new, just got called in from Roma.
They know me in Rome. I'm practically the mayor of organized crime in Rome. You telling me you never heard my nickname there?
My cell phone's going off. I should take this call. Could be the boss.
Yeah, okay.
Talk to some of the other guards in the area and see if
Oh,
any
that's
of
a
them
clever
know Tony
idea.
B's nickname.
I wish, the detective stuff in the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
I'd love to see a game that had that be the main
What's
focus,
Octavio's house password?
Sending password
where
now.
you're just doing more detective work than anything.
Yeah, in the Arkham series, they were more, detective mode in the first game was just sort of a way for them to quickly put all of the detective stuff into something, and then later games iterated on detective mode instead of iterating on Batman being a detective.
Yeah.
Halt! Ferris wheel password, quickly!
Sending the password.
So there's
Sly.
certainly a lot of potential for Batman, detective mechanics that even those games never touched on.
That's
Yeah.
the password. Sometimes I forget them,
You and me are both pal. Hey, you know what the Tony B's nickname is?
Yeah, that fathead likes to call himself Tony the Killer Bee. What an idiot.
I couldn't agree more.
Nice job getting the nickname. You're really fitting in with these mobsters, Sly. Maybe you should switch teams. Get an apartment with the Killer Bee.
You there! What's the carnival password?
As I expected. Here you go.
Tenor bass, tenor.
Okay. So, Biggie Shot, what's my nickname?
Oh, come on. Everyone's heard of Tony the Killer B. You're the terror of every player grounder from here to Sicily.
Ha ha ha, real funny. Least I'm not on guard duty during Carnival. Who's got the last laugh now, tough guy? Me, that's who.
I'm trying to figure out what animal these things are under the mask. Some kind of...
Yeah.
Don't take too long. If that guy comes back to chat, I'm out of here.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever put too much thought into it.
You've got real skill with this art decryption, Bentley. It always takes me like 20 minutes to figure those things out. You're just flying through them.
It'd be funny if, depending on how long you take, he doesn't say that. But I'm sure that's not the case. Ah. The prison.
Yeah.
There it is, on the right.
Mm-hmm. So I know where all of the codes are. I just like to move the magnifying glass around so that you can get a good look at the full painting.
Sure you do. No, I believe you. Isn't A113 the famous Pixar number?
Get out of there.
I believe it is, yes.
The famous classroom where everybody that's everybody met. For a brief moment, Bentley was able to jump.
We need to hide out back in the safe.
That
house.
guard was
That alarm is
definitely
tracking
Tony
all-
B. Nothing you
Yeah.
say can convince me otherwise.
Yeah, I
Got the
believe it.
blueprints to the tar vacuum. Our work here is done.
Nice. Throw him in the river.
Let's go, Bentley.
I believe you actually can push the some of the buttons and be able to get under the boat in time for the fall, so you can hurt yourself.
Nice. Back to the safe house where nobody will follow us for no good reason.
Yep.
Ah, the safety of the safe house.
Well, that takes care of that.
Yep. Join us next time for the finale of Chapter 1.